all that means is, I don't want to wait so long. So since this thing is really respecting the hot pink, as soon as I see enough bull candles start to create some sort of momentum, I'm able to pounce this, and I don't want to wait that long. Let me get 100 and some pips in and out. I mean, you just got to have a goal. It doesn't matter what time frame you trade on. There's some traders that say, you don't want to go less than the 15-minute. Don't do that. Well, I mean, it's moving on all time frames. It doesn't matter. Depends on your lifestyle, personality, trait, all that stuff. Just notice on the 1 and the 5 and less, it's going to give you these crazy pullbacks. Now, you can take what I just told you and apply it to anything. That's why I spent all my time on this one pair, because I'm going to move a little quicker, and you'll see that all you got to do is go to the 4-hour or the daily and find support and resistance. And if you notice, this thing is wanting to come from the dumps here, and it's wanting to get up. It wants to get all the way up here. Now, I'm not going to wait. I don't want to swing and play around like that, because I don't believe in waiting, many hours and days to get 100 pips when I can get 100 pips in less than an hour. I'm going to roll with that. And that's just how I roll. As you can see, just by zooming out, because Heiken Ashi candles shows momentum, you can see from that the red momentum has ended, the green has begun. The cloud has told me so as well. It's respecting my trend lines and all of that jazz. And I got double bars. So because of double bars, I'm pretty confident that this thing is wanting to move upside. But John, you still haven't told us how to enter. So it doesn't matter what time frame you enter on. But if you're curious, I choose to enter off the 1 minute or the 15-minute. Oh, no, don't do that. I was told not to do that. Yeah, I know. But here's the thing. It's dangerous and it's risky if you don't know what you're doing. I don't like to have drawdown. I don't like to watch drawdown. I don't like to see negative nothing. If I can help it, we don't want to meet negative Nancy. So here's the deal. If you would have entered right now, so if you're following and you agree with me that this is an upside move, then that means you're looking for buys. Yeah? Cool. So if you're looking for buys, for the most part, you have an option. Decide. This is a pair that you can do a counter trade, and you can take a pullback. You can take the main move. You can do all of that stuff. Doesn't matter. Decide what you're doing. Because if I enter a buy right now, you see all of this red momentum, you will have crazy drawdown. So you have an option. Because I'm entering on a 1 minute, it helps me clean up all of that extra stuff. I'm about to contradict what I just said. Yes, I mark it on the 4-hour or the 1 hour or both. I work my way down to a lower time frame. If I'm really trying to scalp, then I'm going to watch only the 1 and the 5 minute period. Now, if I get on here and I'm assuming that this thing is going to keep moving upside, but I can see that it wants to work its way to this pink line, I'm going to get in on the sell while I wait for the buy. I hope I didn't lose you. Now, based on the count size, if you don't have, US dollar peso. If you don't have mucho pesos, then don't take this trade against any trend. Never do that. If you cannot sustain a quick radical move, then do not trade. And number one, I wouldn't trade exotics or crypto coins at all without at least $500 in the trading account. Just being honest. And really, that's pushing it. You really need about 1,000 because the drawdowns can be ridiculous if you don't get this right. Or you can demo until you get good at it. So these lines are really merging. The TK are getting real close. The mouth of the cloud's pretty red, and it's ready to go. So the lagging line's pointing down. I've got to really look left and see what's good. As I look left, I see this has a little bit downside before it shoots back up. So it's going to move down some. I don't really like to wait sometimes. If I just wake up and I see this is happening, you see this cross is happening, so you have to wait. You can't just jump in. Some of you, it's ready to go, I'm getting in. Even if someone calls a trade, don't do that. If they call sell or buy or whatever, you need to come to a low time frame, the 1 minute or 5 minute, and see. If it's not buying on those time frames, do not enter on a buy. It doesn't matter who called it. I don't care if Chris Terry called the trade. Don't do that. Because what you're doing, you see, you're going to base your trade off this 1 hour. This is what a lot of us do, especially under 6 month learning. You're going to base it off to this higher time frame, and the next thing you know, you sorry, somebody text me. I got that distraction easy over here. Sorry. So next thing you know, you're going to say, it's a buy. You're going to hit execute on this buy or put in a limit, and you're going to wonder, man, why is it taking all day? Because it's not even done with this pullback. It's on a pullback. And because of the pullback, the buy is not ready, and you will be extremely red. So what I do is, if I can tell that the main move wants to be a buy, then how I play the game is I wait and see buy momentum. Either these lines need to cross, the TK got to cross, the cloud has to be green, the lagging line needs to be pointed up. One of those three things have to happen. Now look, you see that momentum just hit? That's important to me. If I see a second one of those guys, look at that. It lost all of that downside trend, all of that momentum. Now, why do I look on a 1 minute? Because if you jump in this trade right now for your 10 pips to dip or your teacups and lemon drops or whatever it is, you will be so upset. You'll be very upset because you're in drawdown. And then somebody would have counter traded thinking this thing is selling. Oh, it's not ready. I'm about to get in the sell. And then this would have happened to you. You'd have been looking real crack. Look at this. That 1-2 candle move. Look at that. 75 pips in less than 10 minutes. 75 pips in less than 10 minutes. Are you following me? This is why it's very important to pay attention on the lower time frame so that this doesn't happen to you. What if you'd have gotten a sell? You'd have been negative drawdown right now, 75 pips, and you trading exotics, and it's less than 500 in your account on top of that, and you put a standard? Oh, no. You would be so upset. And then, he told me to get in. Oh, she told me to get in. Oh, these tools are no good. The tools work, but they don't work unless you understand what you're doing. The TK crossed. There's crazy momentum. And now, unfortunately, I would have missed this big guy. But this second or the third one, I'm in. I'm in on my buy now. I'm in on my buy. Now, if you miss it, don't be that person. Don't be that person that texts somebody or posts into your Telegram, hey, is it too late to get in? From now on, my response will be, go check the lower time frame. Go check the 1 minute. Did I miss it? Yeah, you missed it. Because now if you get in, you see this is a buy on a pair. Watch this. I'm going to look on my phone for you. I'm going to look at my phone real quick, and I want to let you know something. See, this is another reason why you have a lot of drawdown. This is a pair, friends, that has a bounce right now in between 900 and 1100 on the spread. Friends, that is the difference on the sell and buy price. If you were to execute late, okay, if you were to execute late, you would not be jumping in where this line is. You're going to be getting in. Now, this isn't MetaTrader 4 here. This is TradingView. You would be getting in somewhere up here because the difference on the spread, the difference in sell price and buy price is over 900. And so that's very dangerous if you come in late. You're late to the party. You want to get in when it's way down here, forming that last red candle if you can, or the very first green candle. So how I do that, I have my phone. I don't have shout out to Brooks and Hannah and Adrian and all of you that have 8 screens. Well, Brooks has 16 screens. He has 16 screens. You know, I make magic happen. Now, hey, I'm going to get some screens, so I don't need to be making fun of him. I'm going to get some more screens myself. But not like that. I don't need 8+ screens. But listen, I make this happen by watching TradingView on my computer and MT4 on my phone. I know that they're different, and that is okay with me. What I do, folks, if you're listening, you can't see what I'm doing, but I'm on my chart on my phone. I hit the options while my phone is turned lateral, that's left to right. There is a hot button that you can add. And when I'm looking at it, I want to hit buy on the close of a selling candle to jump underneath the spread. You should not be negative very long when you do this, but it takes practice. It takes skill. It takes doing it multiple times. And if you're not careful, you'll get bitten. Now, there is an occasion where this bullish momentum happens and the cloud really hasn't shown you, for sure. So you could get a red candle. Don't freak out. You're never going to get, goodness. If you don't learn anything, understand that this doesn't always just happen and then there's never a pullback. All moves have a correction. All moves have a correction. And then after the correction, you get your continuation. So if you miss it, always wait for that type of stuff to occur. You've missed your entry on this one. You cannot jump in or you will be in trouble. So wait. Even if I call it and you got it 60 seconds too late, you must wait for the pullback, especially with pairs like this. Look at this. That's pretty vicious. Somebody would have been eaten alive. As I see the cross now of the cloud, now I can be even more confident that this is going to move more to the upside, but I still can't get in. Now, if you want to be risky, get in. Just know that you'll have drawdown. If you don't want drawdown, then wait for the pullback. Wait for it to finish the last sell candle closing, like this guy here. And now, as soon as it's done closing, I'm going to hit that button. I'm going to hit the button. I'm watching Heikin-Ashi so that I can see momentum here. Are you following me? Are you following me? Did I put you to sleep yet? If you're following me, drop a number 9 so I can make sure you're not asleep and you're with me. You're with me, you're with me, you're awake. Yeah? No? Maybe? If you don't like me or how I talk, you don't have to listen either. You know that, right? Just FYI. You don't have to listen to me because what I'm doing is for free. So, cool. Let's keep rolling. Want to make sure you got the drift here. So, yeah, it's very important if you're going to enter trades at an execution type of style, you've got to come to a lower time frame so you can recognize that you're not getting in, okay, where you think you are. Notice that my the blue line is the Keishan. Notice that my orange line, the Tinkinson. Notice how far away the blue is from the green. Listen, I'm being elementary because if you can understand this, you will not lose or you will not second guess yourself. You really will not. And if you can get this, you can trade anything. It doesn't matter what you're trading. You can trade anything. Notice how far away those are. Notice the forming of the cloud here. I'm hitting execution now. And as long as all of this is like this, I'm in the money. Now, looking left.